produce higher quality. Conclusion, job analysis is crucial within an organization. Concise job descriptions and specifications allow supervisors to know exactly what to expect from each and every employee and how much productivity they should be producing. And Ryan will be informing you all on the selection process and how job analysis plays a huge part on what role the organization is looking to fill. So I'll pass it over to my friend Ryan.
Thank you, Jeff. So the selection process, human resource selection is a process that is used when recruiting, evaluating, and selecting employees. This is a process that companies use when they're deciding which employees they would want to bring on board to their company and help their company move on going forward. So selection is important for several reasons. The first is to identify candidates. It's to identify people that you would want to bring on board. You go out in the workplace or to career fairs or something like that, and you identify what kind of candidates you want, and then you evaluate their qualifications. Next, high performance is a result of quality selection. So if you go out and you select good employees that are qualified and bring good things to the table, you're going to have high performance, and that will ultimately lead to employee retention, because if you have good quality employees, they're going to stay on the job with you. Next, I'm going to talk about job analysis in the selection process. It helps to identify the job duties, such as what will be done by that employee at work, the salary, and the minimum requirements, such as college education or experience. And also it's used to develop interview questions, such as, if you're going for a job at an entry level, they'll ask you certain questions. If you're going for an upper level job, they might ask you how you dealt with certain things, and then tests that will help determine what you bring to the table. So the selection process is a lengthy and in-depth process, and it's crucial to a company's success. Like I said, selection leads to better performance within the company and better employee retention. So the first step in the selection process would be the position announcement. This is when the job is posted. This can be in many different forms, whether it's online, in the newspaper, whether you meet them at a career fair. And this is ultimately the first step in attracting candidates and deciding whether you're going to bring them on board. The next step would be applications. This includes both accepting and screening applications, bringing in the applications, screening them, and checking the qualifications on the application, such as their experience and education. And this, you would decide whether you want to bring them in for a preliminary interview. So in the examination process, you have the preliminary interview. It's where you kind of would ask them some basic questions, get to know them, and kind of the person that they are. And if they do well in this preliminary interview, ultimately you'd bring them back for a final interview with maybe some upper management and people like that. And then the next would be testing potential employees. There's different kind of tests that would help test ability, aptitude, and personality. And this kind of determines either how smart a person would be, or what their personality is like, and if they would be a good fit for your organization. Next would be review and consideration. So where you would examine the application and the interview results, kind of get together as a team of management and decide whether or not this employee would be a good fit for your organization, and if this employee would help you guys moving forward. Finally, this would culminate with a job offer. After this whole process, you review the employee, their application, their qualifications, and everything like that, and then you would decide whether or not you want to extend an offer to this employee. This would be given out to the top candidates. Some benefits of quality selection, as I said, is you hire qualified employees. They're going to ultimately come on board. They're going to do good work for you. They're going to help boost morale around the whole entire workplace, and they're going to stay with the company, which ultimately saves the company money, and it will help the company gain money as well. And results of poor selection, I have a revolving door here. It's high employee turnover. If you bring in bad quality employees, they're just going to come and go. You're going to have to keep training employees. You're going to have to keep doing things like that, and it's going to cost the company time and money. And then some of the legal concerns of selection when going through the entire process, interviews and such, you have to make sure you're complying with federal regulations, such as Title VII, the American Disabilities Act, and the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, just to make sure you're not discriminating when you're selecting people. So new and you, I did an internship at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and during the selection process, they used job analysis to decide they wanted to come to the career fair here at Rowan because they wanted college students to bring on board for interns. So they used job analysis to decide to come to the career fair and interview students. And then the interview schedule, they actually interviewed me on campus here in the Career Management Center, and they said they did about 10 to 15 interviews that day. So that was good on their part by deciding to do interviews here. And then their question selection during the interview was very tailored towards like a college student such as myself. And then they also did a background and a reference check. Some of my previous managers said they got calls from Enterprise, and they did a very thorough check on my background, my driving record, and everything like that. And the orientation process with them was very detailed and lengthy. So in conclusion, Selection is a vital part of any organization. Job analysis plays a key role in selection and deciding which employees you're going to bring on board. And in order to have success as a company and organization, you must hire the right people and keep them on board. So thank you guys very much for enjoying our presentation. I hope you guys learned some valuable information about the importance of job analysis in the workplace and how it can benefit a company. Thank you.